Okay, so we're going to take a little detour from talking about print on demand to talking about SVG files and how to create SVG files for free and then selling them on Etsy. What's up, good people? It's your girl Alex here. Welcome if you're new and welcome back if you've been here before. I hope you're doing well. First off, I want to shout out SVG Trace for sponsoring today's video. Now, last year I talked about how to create SVG files for free and selling them on Etsy. I wanted to focus on this a little bit because I know that a lot of people don't want to sell print on demand. But some people are just highly interested in creating digital products because they just seem to mesh as well with them, right? You have to find what works well with your personality, and why not, try something different. And digital files are so lucrative on Etsy, especially if you do your research. Now, just because it's a digital file doesn't mean that you have to skip the research part, but I say that because once you get a grasp of what's selling well as a digital file, then you know how to execute and you can bring in some passive income, because who doesn't like that? Now, this is going to be a new way to create a SVG file, so just stay tuned before I show you my computer. But I wanted to just stress the importance of that. When it comes to a SVG file, this is going to be something that's good for crafters, for people who may not have the aptitude basically or acumen, like people who are just not that savvy with graphic design, but they love to create things. Or they may have a Cricut or a silhouette cameo sitting at home, okay, and they want to make something for their family and their friends. SVG files can be priced between 90 cents to, a couple of dollars. I've seen SVG files as high as like $7 before. So you're yielding a really good investment when it comes to creating this type of product. A lot of times too, when it comes to creating digital files, just remember that this also takes time to build up. Just because you create something doesn't mean it's going to sell right away. So I don't want you to think that. I want you to have the best and the realest expectations possible, okay? So I'm going to hop over into my computer to show you this new way of creating an SVG file for free and then selling it on Etsy. All right, good people. So I am now in Canva. I'm in my personal account, and my account is a pro account. However, this particular video is for those of you who want to use Canva without the pressure of having the pro account, okay? So we're just going to pretend that this is just going to be the free version of Canva. So I'm just going to pretty much make something off the wall, you guys, just to show you this new way of making an SVG file, okay, for free at that. So in Canva, I just went ahead and navigated to the text feature, and I'm going to type something that is, again, just something that's on the fly, because that's just how I am. I'm going to create a design that says live, laugh, love, because hey, we living, we laughing, and we're living, okay? So I'm just going to design something real quick. If you are new to Canva, I highly suggest you look into it. Canva is such a great beginner-friendly resource when it comes to designing, especially when it comes to the e-commerce space. You don't have to use Canva for, e-commerce. You can use it for digital marketing, social media, so many things, you guys. So I just highly wanted to just kind of highlight Canva real quick as well. But I'm just going to create a design, live, laugh, love. Okay, just align that really quickly. We can bring that in a little bit more. You'll know when something is aligned too when you see like the little dotted lines here on the left hand side. If you guys see, I'm moving up the word love, and Canva is trying to pretty much align it for me, make it symmetrical, and so I love that. So boom. So I'm pretty much going to just start with this. When it comes to converting anything right to an SVG file, you're not only limited to text. So I also want to point out that I'm using text for this particular example for this video, but you can convert a whole like solid image, okay, a JPEG image, okay, a PNG image as well. So I just wanted to show you that for me in this video, I'm going to stick with a text-based design, because believe it or not, y'all, text sells, okay? Simple designs sell. So I don't want you to think that you have to overdo it when you're getting started with selling on Etsy. It all sells really well. So boom, I'm going to start with this. And so just to make sure it's aligned, I like it, I'm going to select all of the words and I'm going to change it to black. And so from here, okay, so the share button over here to the top right, this is where now you're going to export this particular design, whatever it is that you're creating. You're going to export it from here. So I'm going to hit share, as y'all just saw. When I click download, this is where I can control the the type of file. So again, we're going to be using SVG Trace today. And so I'm just going to change this design from PNG because PNG is just the default setting on Canva. I'm going to change that to JPEG and then just go ahead and make sure I have the right page selected. I believe I have, was it on 32? So that's perfect. Now I have it selected. It's just going to download this particular canvas and not everything in this panel, I should say. So I just want the one page, which is for the Live, Laugh, Love. Okay, so now that I've downloaded the Live, Laugh, Love text design, it's just in my files on my computer. And so the next step is to navigate to SVG Trace. If you're following along, this will be really good. Just type in svgtrace.com and this should be the homepage that you see. So your homepage should match mine. And so you're going to have an option to sign up for their pro account, but you don't have to because we see that we got the free option right here. Okay, so I'm going to select the free option. As you guys can see, they give you like this running list of examples of all of the types of designs and files that other people have converted. Okay, so you have some inspo down here if you ever spend some time to look at this down below. I really like this platform and you know, it's just super user friendly. And then below too, they just educate you on just creating effortless files as well, how things are made simple, you know, all that good fun stuff too. If you want to take a look at that, highly recommend. And then up here you have the homepage, your services, some free tools for you as well. If you want to watch some tutorials and also if you have any questions, you can contact them too. So I'm going to go ahead and select free converter. Let this load. Okay, you guys might see some pop-ups. So this is a public site, so the pop-ups are going to be here when it comes to the advertisement. Don't worry about that. Hey, we're all going to see it, but I just wanted to let you know that you should just see that and I wouldn't honestly pay any attention to it. So when it comes to converting the file, so this is going to be your canvas that you're converting your, let's just say for this example, we did a JPEG in Canva. So the JPEG file, you know, as a SVG file. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click into here and go get that file. Perfect. So this is where it gets really fun. So I'll move myself up here again. So this is where it gets fun here. So you have the crop feature at the top toolbar. You can minimize it. You can maximize it. Okay. And then on the right hand side, this is pretty much you being able to preview it. Now I do have a feature too where you can enhance it with AI if you like. So this is going to be the pro feature. When you don't have a pro account, this is not going to be enabled for you. But y'all get my gist, okay? So go ahead and play around with it. It's super fun and I think that you will really enjoy it. So this just gives you like the color hex code if you ever wanted to know like what color something comes in and you want to use that color again, or if you just need something else and some inspo, you'll be able to have the hex code too. I really like that because a lot of times people may want a specific color and they like that color, which is normal, but you don't know the hex code, right? So you want to try to figure it out. I do like that they give you that preview. So shout out to SVG Trace for that feature. I think it's really robust and just, you know, it's a part of the times basically. So now I'm sure you're wondering, okay, how do I make this from JPEG to SVG? Super simple. This blue button at the bottom to convert is going to be how you convert this new file from a JPEG, okay, into a SVG file. Okay, so after I hit convert, this is what it kind of looks like. It gives us just like an altered view of the design. So basically, once you do that, you can go ahead and hit export again after you hit convert. And so now here's your option to download this as an SVG file. Now, typically SVG files are going to be used when it comes to like your crafting machine, so your Cricut or your Cameo. And this is what a lot of people are going to be using them for because those types of files are compatible, right, when it comes to just SVGs. Okay, so I'm not going to leave you off just yet because I actually wanted to kind of close the circle and show you like how you actually upload a digital product. One thing about Etsy, it will not accept just the SVG files just flat out. You will have to compress them. 9 times out of 10, all you do is just right click your file and you compress it, whether you on a window or, you know, Mac. It's super easy to do. Okay. So while you're in Etsy, and this is just my fake account when I just do tutorials, I'm going to go ahead and add a listing. Etsy has a new interface. Okay. She real cute. And so I'm just going to go through the steps really quickly. I'm just literally typing in something so simple, you guys. Now, I'm actually going to upload under here where it says digital files. So I'm going to click add file. So your product should now have this type of file format when it comes to uploading digital products. It should always be whatever it is. So whether that's PDF, PNG, JPEG, but then it should also be a zip. And there's two reasons why you want to make sure. Number one, Etsy is not like this big storage space. So they will give you a limit of how many digital files you can upload. So I would highly advise that you just be mindful of how high your files are because they can take up a lot of space. So when you have a lot of files, you would want to compress them in a zip folder, and so just make sure you do that because then you could just upload it, okay? And then after you fill out all of your description, if you want to add the personalization, you can do that. You list the price. You guys get my gist, okay? Once you fill out everything that's important to fill out on Etsy pertaining to this digital file, you're good to go. But I just wanted to show you that piece because a lot of times people are not sure how to upload a digital product on Etsy, and so that's how you do it, my friends. Just make sure you compress your files so that way you won't run out of space on Etsy because they will let you know if your files have exceeded pretty much the maximum storage space, okay? So that is pretty much how you create an SVG file for free and then upload it and sell it on Etsy. So first of all, let's talk about how easy that was, right? When it comes to creating a design on Canva or whether you use Kindle or something that is just the basic version of that platform, and then you can convert that design into an SVG file to sell on Etsy. Now, I will say that when it comes to creating these files, you have to just be knowledgeable of what files are going to be able to be compatible into Etsy and that platform. So just make sure that you are aware of that. But that is as simple as that, you guys. That is how you can create and sell an SVG file for free on Etsy if this is something that you truly want to do. Again, not a lot of people want to do print on demand, okay? And that's okay. Even though I love it, it may not be for you. I want you to decide what's best for you. I want you to create what's best for you because that's the best thing I know that I can always share and give advice on. So if this business model is interesting, I'll leave the link below so that way you can sign up for free with SVG Trace. Okay, it is totally free, you guys. Trust me, you'll find out for yourselves once you click that link. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're liking the vibe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.